Hi, St. Charles. It's Miss Burnell here. I am popping by to read a little bedtime story and to say hello to all of you. I'm really missing you all. It's really hard here without seeing all of you every week, every day, making music together. I miss it, and I hope that you're doing something musical at home, whether it's listening to music as a family, maybe doing what I like to call a musical safari, where we start with something interesting on YouTube and then we see what it recommends and we click on that and listen to that, and you find really amazing artists and new music that you might not have discovered otherwise. So maybe give that a try. Or if you've got an instrument at home, I hope you're playing. Hi, Victoria, Anthony, and Jasmine. Hello. It's super nice to hear from you. And I really enjoyed this week. I got to sit in on a couple of Zoom classes with grade 4 and grade 6, and I'll do a couple more next week. So and I'm communicating with a lot of you by Google Classroom, grade 4 and up. So I'll try to jump in on maybe some of the younger grades next week. And in the meantime, I'm going to share one of our favorite stories here in our house. It's music themed, but I'm not singing tonight. This is called The Singing Mermaid. I know it looks backwards to all of you, but it's by one of our very favorite artists, Julia Donaldson, who's she's a Scottish writer, and she writes fabulous books. She wrote The Gruffalo. So if you've read The Gruffalo, then you've read one of Julia Donaldson's books, but this is a different one. And it's illustrated by Lydia Monks, and I really love her illustrations. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but there's glitter on all the pages. So it's a really beautiful book. Hi, Isabella and Alexia. Thanks for joining me. So here we go. This one's like right up your alley because it's about a singing mermaid. So it's perfect. So here we go with The Singing Mermaid. Okay. Did you ever go to Silver Sands on a sunny summer's day? Then perhaps you saw the mermaid who sang in the deep blue bay. She sang to the fish in the ocean, to the haddock, the hake, and the ling, and they flashed their scales and swished their tails to hear the mermaid sing. And sometimes the singing mermaid swam to the silvery shore. She sat and combed her golden hair, and then she sang some more. She sounds like she'd fit in my class. She sang to the cockles and the mussels. She sang to the birds on the wing. And the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. Hi, Katie. When Sam Sly's circus came to town, Sam took a stroll by the sea. He heard the mermaids singing, and he rubbed his hands with glee. He said, "I can make you famous. I can make you rich," he said. "You shall swim in a pool of marble and sleep on a fine feather bed." Hi, Sophia and Jonathan. "You shall sing for the lords and the ladies. You shall sing for the queen and the king. And young and old will pay good gold to hear the mermaids sing." "Don't go," cried the seagulls. And the seashells warned, "He lies." But the mermaid listened to old Sam Sly and smiled as she waved her goodbyes. And he took her away to the circus, and she sang to the crowds round the ring. And more came the deafening roar when they heard the mermaid sing. Hi, Adriana and Ethan. Now the mermaid shared a caravan with Annie the acrobat, and Ding and Dong the circus dogs, and Bella the circus cat. And she made good friends with the jugglers, and the man who swallowed fire, and the clown with the tumble-down trousers, and the woman who walked on the wire. See, there are all her friends. But she wasn't friends with old Sam Sly. No, she didn't care for him, for he made her live in a fish tank where there wasn't room to swim. And there was no pool of marble. There was no feather bed. And when she begged him, "Set me free," he laughed and shook his head. All summer long, the circus toured, all autumn, winter, spring, and many a crowd cheered long and loud to hear the mermaid sing. But the mermaid dreamed of silver sands, and she longed for the deep blue sea, and her songs grew sad, and again she said, "I beg you, set me free." But again he laughed and shook his head, and he told her, "No such thing. Here you will stay while people pay to hear the mermaid sing." At Silver Sands, a seagull was flying to his nest, when on the breeze he heard a song, the song which he loved the best. And he followed the song to the caravan. Sam Sly was about to lock it. The seagull watched as he turned the key and slipped it inside his pocket. Hi, Ian and Allison. The seagull waited till Sam had gone. Then he perched on the windowsill and tap, tap, tap. At the window, he tapped with his yellow bill. Hi, Sahana. Come back to Silver Sands. It's only a mile away. I can find the key and set you free if you'll come back home to the bay. Escape, barked the dogs. Escape, meowed the cat. But the mermaid sighed. I'd fail. For how could I walk to Silver Sands when I only have a tail? Hi, Madison. I miss you too. Like this, cried Annie the acrobat. And she stood upon her hands. This is the way, the only way to get to Silver Sands. Right hand, left hand, tail up high. There's really nothing to it. If I give you lessons every night, you'll soon learn how to do it. Right? Practice makes progress. Hi, Andrew and Denisa. Next week, while Sam was snoring, the seagull stole the key. He carried it off to the caravan and set the mermaid free. And he flew ahead to guide her as she walked upon her hands, all along the moonlit road that led to Silver Sands. And the creatures on the seashore and the fish beneath the foam jumped and splashed and danced with joy to have their mermaid home. And she sang to the cockles and the mussels. She sang to the birds on the wing. And the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. And if you go down to Silver Sands and swim in the Bay of Blue, perhaps you'll see the mermaid, and perhaps she'll sing for you. So that was The Singing Mermaid by Julia Donaldson. It's one of our very favorite books. We love all of Julia Donaldson's books, like The Gruffalo and The Gruffalo's Child. And what's the other one? The Room on the Broom. We have all of her books, and they're really, really lovely books. And so I highly recommend them if you're looking for new reading material, especially since we're all here at home. And so I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're staying well and staying home, and that you are doing something musical, listening to music, making music on an instrument, maybe making music with an instrument you made. That would be pretty cool. And I would love to hear from you. So if you want, you can have Mom and Dad send me an email, and just tell me how you're doing. If you've got my email, if you're one of my older students and you just want to send me a couple lines and let me know what's going on, I would love to hear from you. If you want to send me a picture, maybe you made a homemade instrument, or maybe you have a video of yourself singing a cool new song, I would love to hear it. I am always happy to see what you're doing, whether it's musical or not. You can send me your artwork, whatever you'd like. I will be happy to hear from you. And I should be checking in hopefully with some of my younger classes next week. I got to a bunch of my older classes. If you're in grade 4, 5, or 6, I've been uploading some neat things into the Google Classroom, so be sure to check those. And yeah, I miss you all, and I really hope that you're doing well. So keep in touch. Have a great evening, everybody, and talk to you soon. Bye.